of Kane. The man responsible for that is right next to me, right here, Glenn Danzig, and that's his debut. I don't know, you want to call it a solo LP, or you like to think of it as a band?
It's a band. It's a continuation, you know. The whole thing's a continuation.
Continuation of...
From the last one.
Okay, the bands you'd rather not talk about.
No, I mean, you know, everybody knows. You know, anyone who does know. Anyone who doesn't, just listen to this record.
Okay, good. Now, as long as you bring it up then, how is this, its continuation, how is it different from what you've done so far? How would you compare it to your past? And even if there's similarities that you're...
Well, there's lots of similarities, but the lyrics are just way more advanced. You know, they're better. They're, you know, they've grown, you know, and the music is way better. Got a better rhythm section going now with Erie and Chuck, and got a great guitar player for once. Okay, I mean, not just like a, you know, when you see this stuff live, it's just way more intense too.
Yeah, very powerful, and a guy who obviously knows more than 3 chords.
Exactly.
Which helps, yeah.
It was tough before because I used to have to play guitar a lot of times in the studio, and then live, of course, the guy couldn't even pull that off, and I'm no great guitar player, but you know, this time we've got a really good guitar player.
Great. And in fact, how did you get the band together? And what's the most difficult thing actually about getting a good band, a good successful band that works together?
That's the key right there, making sure that everybody works together, that it all works right.
How do you find those type of people though?
It takes a long time. It took us 6 months to find that guitar player, through auditions, and I mean, we went through our set like 5 or 6 times a night with different people, you know. And eventually we got this guy. I mean, it was worth it.
Yeah. Was it before or after you had your record deal all wrapped up here?
Before.
With Def? Before.
Well, it was kind of in the middle while we're still ironing out all the problems, you know, with contracts and stuff. And then it was in there.
Okay. Well, for anybody who doesn't know, Danzig is on Def American, which is an offshoot of Def Jam with bands like...
It's just Rick's own label now. It really doesn't have anything to do with Def Jam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the name is similar, and that's where people are going to recognize.
Rick is originally from Def Jam.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, and the bands that he's worked with there, like Slayer, Beastie Boys, he used to work from. How did you get wrapped up in that? How'd you get your contract with him?
The last band I was in, which was Samhain, was... we were talking to a bunch of major labels because me and Erie wanted to do a label deal. And we did New Music Seminar, and Rick Rubin just happened to be there. He signed Slayer the year before at the New Music Seminar. And so we were doing the Ritz in New York, and after our set, he just came in and said, "You guys are great, I want to sign you, blah, blah," you know. And I didn't really know who he was because the Beasties album wasn't out yet, and Slayer was just finishing recording Rain and Blood. And so... I had a bunch of talks with him. I talked to a few people about who he was, and a lot of the stuff he wanted to do with the band is what I wanted to do with the band, like get a new guitar player and a new drummer. And it eventually just became a totally different band. That's why the name changed, you know.
And that's kind of like the dream signing too, being in the right place at the right time with the right person there. So that worked out for you. You know, as far as being with Def American, this is also the first release on that label too.
That's correct, yeah.
How much do you think your success of this album is really going to affect the success of Rick Rubin's label, as far as continuing that? Or maybe the other way around?
I don't know.
Do you even care as long as it sells, right?
I hope the record sells, but right now, I mean, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing I think that I want to do is put out a good record, and I think that's what Rick wants to do with his label, is put out good records, you know, powerful records. Good records that are something other than just like crap,
right?
You know.
Yeah, and that's apparent too from his past. You're wrapped up with a guy who hasn't had a failure yet, basically.
Really?
You know, because he had Slayer and the Beasties and everything kind of worked out.
He's a smart
guy. Yeah. How do you find someone like that in the record business too? Actually, he found you, didn't he?
Well, it was between, you know, like I said, a few other labels, but he was the one who really knew what it was all about. He was a street-level guy. He knew exactly what our band was all about, which I like. And also, I mean, he takes a personal interest in the band, you know, and that's great. I mean, here's this guy's the president of the record company. I mean, you could be signed to another label, and the president of the record company doesn't even know who you are.
Or that you're on his label.
Or doesn't even care, really, about developing the band. You know, maybe the first record doesn't sell or the second record doesn't, but maybe the third one does. And then after that, you know, he's into developing his artists. He knows how good his artists are.
Yeah, good.
You know?
And that development even started before this album because you worked on Less Than Zero.
Yeah. Well, we worked on this for, you know, getting the band together and working with this a while.
At the same time that you were
doing Less Than Zero and all that other stuff. And yeah, he's a busy guy.
And I was real busy with you too, and that kind of cool to have someone back you up. How is a guy like that different from the other record companies that you've been dealing with? Because I know we've got a lot of musicians out here, and this is why I'm poking you for these questions, because these guys have to know what to expect when they're dealing with people.
First off, get a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, because contracts, anybody, if you just sign the first contract they put in front of you, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Dead in the
water.
water.
Read those fine lines or have somebody read them who knows what's going on. That's the best thing I could say to somebody.
Okay. Anything else?
About it.
No.
Make sure you're a good band.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people don't have that perspective, though, to be able to step back and say, "Oh, this band sucks."
No, you got to step back before you even put a song on a record. Step back and say, "Is this song good? Can it be made better?"
Was there ever a time when you weren't able to do that?
No. For every song that makes it onto that record, I've written 10 that got thrown out. And then that's even before I bring them down and we start tearing them apart, you know, me and Rick.
Okay, great. In fact, we'll play another tune from the album just so everybody knows what's going on here. And we'll do that right after this with Glenn Danzig, who's going to be out at the Cabaret Metro tomorrow night with his band Danzig with Lost Cause, for all ages. Doors open at 6:30.
Had enough and I want out!
Explanation can go along with this one. It's Mother we're going to be throwing on. Where did this come from? What's it about?
It's I wanted to write a really good teen rebellion song, you know, about just not getting along with your parents. They don't like the music you like, you know, they don't like the way you dress and stuff. Because the thing that hits me is that most of the parents had to at least listen to something like Elvis or Little Richard or something like that, or even maybe some hippie music, you know, like 60s music.
Right.
They must have got flack from their parents, and all of a sudden they forgot about that, and they're giving their kids all kinds of stuff about it, and it just really pisses me off, you know.
You ever think you're going to forget?
No.
Good deal. Here we go. Mother on VVX Rock 103 with Danzig. VVX Rock 103 and Danzig, that's Mother from the debut Danzig LP. Now that tune, I've seen launched from reviewers as being describing you as kind of a mutant Jim Morrison. How accurate is that kind of description?
A mutant Jim Morrison?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You get down there grungy with the vocals, kind of like he does in some aspects, but
I wouldn't say just Jim Morrison. I would say more Elvis, and I've been telling a lot of people this. One of the bigger influences on like singing has been Elvis and the guy from the Righteous Brothers, Bill Medley, who's got a great voice.
Why them?
I like real great singers, you know, like not like shrill, screamy, girly singers. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Motorhead. I like Motorhead a real lot.
The guys.
Lemmy. You don't think Lemmy's a girl when he's singing. You
No.
know what I mean? You know.
They're the guys with power.
Exactly. Powerful singers. Jim Morrison's in there, and also I like Roy Orbison a real lot.
In fact, on that Less Than Zero track, maybe we'll play that if you don't mind. I don't know. But it's different from what you normally do because you do sound like Elvis in a bit. You know, at least his style. You know, was that intentional? Or?
No, I thought it kind of sounded Righteous Brothers, but everyone's been saying Elvis, so I don't know. But that was originally written for a girl to sing, and Rick just never found a girl to sing it. And CBS had heard the demo I did for whoever was going to sing it, and they said, "Well, get this guy to sing it. It's great, you know." And he said, "All right."
Great, it worked. Now, also, you just came back. I don't know how recently from England.
About a week and a half ago, 2 weeks
with
ago.
a tour with Metallica.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be opening up for a band that owes a lot of their influence to you and your work?
I wouldn't say they owe a lot, but you know, I don't know how much really. I think they're just like friends and fan, you know, that kind of a thing. I've known them for a while, from before they were really, you know, really popular. So I don't know. It's cool. We get along great.
Did they ask you to come along on tour with them?
I don't know what happened. I just know that our record was like #1 over there on the import charts for a while, and it just happened that we got offered the tour, and so we accepted, you know. we didn't really want to go over to England because I hate England. But we said we're going to have to do it at some point. And so we figured we might as well go over with friends and have a blast, you know, and it was great.
Now, I've always wanted to go to England, and you hate it. So give me a good reason not to go to England.
People are stupid, very stupid, and to hide their stupidity, they'll act very elitist and very bourgeois, you know, just like to try and make you feel that you're the dumb one and it's not them. They're very unintelligent, very backwards country. Food is terrible, you know.
How did that happen to you then?
Huh?
You get any kind of examples? Something?
Tons, too many. I was there also in one of the older bands too, and just it was even stupider this time. I think, I don't know.
But you had one girl who jumped up on stage when you were at Hammersmith.
Yeah.
And you knocked her off stage or something. What happened?
She just got up there and started dancing. You know, it would have been one thing if she would have started taking her clothes off or something, but she didn't. And she just kept on dancing. I said, "Well, later," and kicked her off stage.
What did you get? Any kind of backlash for that?
No, I don't care.
You don't care that you kicked her off for that? You did.
I don't care what kind of backlash. Even if there was, I haven't gotten any backlash yet. So it doesn't matter to me.
Not from the press, or
I don't care about the press. What do I care about them? The press has nothing to do with anything I write or anything I do. I mean, they love me or they hate me, and if it's both, well, great. And if it's only one, well, great. You know, I don't care.
As long as you enjoy what you're doing.
That's right. I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me and for a lot of the kids out there. You know.
Good deal, and that's what rock and roll's all about.
That's right. It's not about good press. You know.
Good deal. And in fact, what's your favorite aspect of the new album then?
What do you mean favorite aspect?
Whether it's a tune or something about the sound, or
I like them. The songs are a little different here or there, but it still retains the same mood. The production is good. It's the best production we've ever had on a record, which I like. You can hear the vocals finally, and you can still hear everything else. It's a great record.
What kind of mood are you going for? It retains a mood.
It changes all the time. That's usually how I write a song, is to fit the mood. You know, if I write the lyrics first, then I write a song that fits those lyrics. If I write the song first, then I write the lyrics to fit that mood that is already created with the music.
It seems like a lot of what you do is kind of doom and gloomy type, Black Sabbath oriented attitudes towards things.
I don't know. Maybe seems like that. It's maybe just my outlook on life, or maybe the way I see the world. I don't know. First band I was in was half originals and half Sabbath covers.
Yeah. What was that?
A long time ago.
Just, okay. Someone I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's play another tune then. And then we'll let you get out of here. Give you some more Danzig tune. Thanks for coming by, Glenn.
It's great.
It's cool. You had some real things I think people should think about as far as their attitudes towards rock and roll. It's nice to hear out of someone who is still working their way up to the top. Gonna get there soon. I didn't mean that to sound as bad as it did.
No,
you know?
It's funny. I never thought of it that way.
Okay. And how about telling us why you picked this last tune? I left this one up to you. It's Am I Demon? When I said, do you have a preference? You said, Am I Demon? Like that.
Yeah, because I just haven't heard it in a while. We did it the other night at this video shoot, and I like it. I like hearing it.
Okay, good deal. And we'll play it just for you. In fact, we'll do a Danzig now and then. Some new stuff and some old stuff. And thanks for coming by. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Great.
Cabaret Metro.
Okay, thanks a lot.
In Chicago at an all-ages show with Lost Cause.